In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the electric energy Photoshop action in order to create some spectacular electricity effects on your photos very simply with just a few required steps. This is an image which has been transformed by the action. There are some details here: electric arches, sparks, light effects, and these effects have been created by the action from this original image, and based on an area of the image which we mark. These red lines represent a marking that determines the action where to place the electricity effect. So it will place on the baseball bat, on the hand, over here, and this is the result. I must tell you that every time you run this section, a different result will be produced. So the electric arches, the sparks, and the rest of the elements will not have the same position twice. Of course, the action will follow the areas brushed, marked, but the effects will be placed slightly different. Okay, in order to use this action, we will first have to load the action and then load the brushes that the action requires. These brushes are basically the arches of electricity, the sparks, the light that comes out from these areas, and basically the action paints using these brushes on the area marked. Okay, so we will load the action first. So make sure you view the actions panel, you have it turned on. From window, the actions should be turned on. Okay, I'm gonna click on this little button. It might look different on a different Photoshop version. This is CS 5.5. It might be a gear on your Photoshop version. It doesn't matter really. I'm gonna click and load actions. I'm going to select the action, the electric energy PS action. Click on load. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down a bit. As you can see, the action has been loaded. It is a folder actually containing two actions. This is the main action, and this action is separate. It will generate the 12 color presets. I put it on a different action because you can use this action on your regular photos. You can use it on any photo. It will generate 12 color presets. Okay, now we will load the brushes. I'm gonna go to the brush tool, click on this little icon. As it says, open the brush picker, this little one, load brushes, electric energy brushes. Okay, now we have the brushes and the action ready. Okay, I'm gonna delete this folder containing all the effects from the sample image. Okay, I'm also going to delete the brush layer. So now you have a simple image opened in Photoshop. It can be any JPG image. It has a locked background layer. It is called background. Okay, what will I do now? I will create a new layer and call this layer brush. Okay, and this will be the layer on which we brush the area of interest. Okay, one more thing I have to mention. Make sure your image is large enough. Image size. As you can see, this image is 2000 pixels in width. So it is an appropriate size. A smaller image will make the effects look very big, and honestly they will not look okay on a small image. You can resize it and make it smaller after. A larger image, so if you start with a larger image, the effects will look smaller, but they will be many, so they will be placed on your brushed area, but they will look smaller. Okay, this image is 2000 pixels with 3000 pixels, 72 dpi pixels per inch. It is it's okay for us. Now also make sure that your image mode is set to RGB with 8 bits per channel. This is important for most actions made in Photoshop. Otherwise, you can have the possibility of getting some errors because Photoshop filters are not available on images with 16 bits or 32 bits per channel. So this is a limitation of Photoshop. Okay, so as I said, I created the brush layer. It is written with capital B, this is important. And using the Photoshop brush from the brush tool, maybe one which is default with Photoshop, a round brush, I'm going to paint on this area. And for better viewing, I'm gonna choose a red color. The color doesn't matter, you can brush it with any color you want, but it will be easier to view the brush area. Okay, I'm gonna brush something like this, and on the hand maybe something like this. On the helmet. Okay, and because I want more effects on the baseball bat, I'm gonna place something like this here. So the more you brush, the more lines, thick lines like this you make, the more effects will be in your photo. So if you place like 4 lines, there will be many electric arches. So with this you can determine the quantity of effect that will be produced. Okay, and I have created this. Now I'm gonna go to the electric energy action. I selected it, and I'm going to click on play. So notice we have the brush layer and the original image. I'm gonna click on play. Okay, and now the action has produced a result. All the layers are organized into the electric energy action folder, which is a layers group. You can run the action as many times as you want. So if you want a different result right now, just play the action again, and the results will be slightly different. Now, the position of the elements, I must tell you, they rely on your brush layer. So the longer or smaller you make the lines, these arches will be placed different. Okay, let's play a bit with the brush layer. I'm gonna delete a part of it using an eraser tool, and I deleted this area. Okay, and I am running the action again. Let's see what we get this time. Oh, this is a very different result. And let's say I will make only a line here. It's with white color, but it doesn't matter. And this is how the result looks now. So we have multiple versions of the effect generated by the action. Okay, let's say we will stay with the first one. I'm gonna delete the other results from the action. Okay, and notice we have multiple layers. We have 4 electric arches, big sparks, diffuse light, and small sparks. Okay, as you can see, all of them have a color fill layer, which you can use to adjust the color of the effect. So let's say for the electric arch 1, which is this one. Of course, you can toggle them on and off as you want, it doesn't matter. They may be too many for your image. You may want a simpler result. It's your choice. Okay, let's say we want to change the color. I will go to the color fill layer and double click it, and you can put a certain color here, but also for the effect to look good, you will also have to edit the outer glow color. So the electric arc has blending options. Basically, this is a style for the layer. The outer glow, I'm going to double click on it and it will go to the layer style and the outer glow. And here I will choose the same color, the same green, and it will look like this. Notice the difference. Okay, this is the same for the other 4 electric arches. You can edit them in a similar manner. Sorry. For example, on the electric arc 4, which has all this blue electricity effects, and there are many. Let's say we want to make them reddish. I'm gonna put all red to orange color and do the same for the outer glow. So instead of the blue, I will choose red to orange. Okay, and notice our effects. This is the same for the big sparks. For example, you may want to make them look blue or pink or whatever. They also have an outer glow. You can put on a blue color. There is also a diffuse light layer which adds some colors to the image. It has a Gaussian blur applied. I double clicked on it. You can determine how this area of light will look. Okay, and also its color. You can put whatever you want. Okay, and similar for the small sparks, which are these ones. You can put them any color you want. and they also have an outer glow. Okay, so basically we changed the image, changed the color of the arches. I disabled the electric arc 1, which will always be bigger than the rest of the effects. Can make this one blue. And also the outer glow color. Let's see how it looks. Okay. We can go back from the history to the green look. Okay, so basically this is how to customize the electric energy action. Okay, one more thing I have to say, you can stack up multiple effects like this. For example, if you run the action one more time, okay, so we have a new result generated right now on top of the other one. Notice the top of the bat is not full of electric arches because our brush, as we modified it, is having only this line and not all the other ones. Okay, and we have two effects, this one which we customized and this new one. You can stack up them by going to the topmost effect, open it, and disable the background layer from this folder, and you will see lots of effects. You will see basically the old effect and the new effects over the other ones, because there is no background image to separate them. Okay, and in this new one you could of course disable some layers because obviously there are too many. Let's say we will disable arch 2, 3, 4. What do we have here? These are not very visible. So we only have the electric arc 1. And in the previous effect, we will disable the electric arc 1. And now we are getting this effect. Basically, we have a result where the electric arc 1 is from the action that we run the second time. Okay, so I kept this arch because I believe it looks better. It is somehow following the line of the bat. Okay, and for the final part I will show you how to use the color presets. So I selected the color presets action, click on play. The action is generating 12 color presets. Okay, this is a folder, color options. It contains 3 general adjustments: the brightness, contrast, color tint, and general saturation. You can edit them, of course. Add color tint or whatever you may want. These are some basic adjustments. And you have here the 12 color options. They are initially disabled, every one of them, and you can enable them. Color options 1, color options 2, color options 3, color options 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Of course, you can adjust them by adjusting the adjustment layers that they contained. So color options 1 has curves adjustment layer, which adjusts the color on the red, green, and blue channel, and it has a selective color which also adjusts some colors. Okay. So basically, this is it. This is what you can produce with this action. Thank you very much for watching my tutorial.